All right. Hello, everybody. It's another special edition of the RTX Guardian Podcast, Team Lead Edition. Today we have Austin, also known as Radius55 on the RT site. He is the team lead for museums, lounge, specialty, MLS, Major League Soccer. Austin, hello. Thank you for joining us, or me, everybody, the people. Thank you for joining us.
I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan of soccer in the world, but
I'm not really either.
I don't think I'm going to go with that designation.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. You can throw it right back at me. That's totally fine. All right, but museums and lounge, we'll go with that. That ML,
That'll work.
Mostly Lincoln. But anyway, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long you been on the site, that kind of thing.
God, I've been on the site for 7 or 8 years now. I've been an admin for 2 or 3 of those, and I've been a guardian for this is the 5th year. This is the 5th RTX, so 5th year.
Wow, yeah, that's kind of nuts. Time's flown. This is going to be my 3rd time going, and it's just time flies when you're in between. Except the month before, drags the month before.
Yep.
All right, but you said you were a site admin. What's that like? Since most people that we're talking to don't have that as their forte, what's going on there?
That is 90% answering questions from users, directing them to FAQs, and banning spam bots. And
Gotcha.
the other 10% is handling crazy stuff that does end up happening.
Gotcha.
The really weird requests, the really odd issues, that kind of thing.
Gotcha. So you feel like that actually kind of lends itself to your position as team lead for museums and lounges, kind of interacting with people, even though it's actually more direct, obviously, because you're in person?
I think it more leads to me being a little more known in the community, maybe
Gotcha.
a little bit.
Yeah.
It's less. I don't know if it really directly translates over to being a team lead, but maybe you might be right.
Yeah. Well, every little bit helps.
I was a team lead and a guardian before I was a site admin.
Gotcha. So maybe it works the other way then.
Yeah, maybe it works the other way.
Gotcha. So what other? So you said earlier that you've always been a team lead. What were you always in museums, or did you come from anywhere else?
I've been around the world. I started out in panels. The very first year we had panels in the convention center. I was the training room. Yeah, it was the training room panel room. It was mostly the educational panels. Then after that, I moved on to the museum, and I was going to the museum last year, and they actually turned that into something run by some of the RT interns, both of which I believe are now working at Rooster Teeth.
I remember Cole was hanging around earlier, setting everything up. Yep.
Yep. And so they moved. So I took over the AH Lounge from Cole, and so I've been all over, and now they're consolidating museum and AH Lounge, so I'm the one with the most experience available for that.
Well, there you go. Seems like a perfect fit then.
Yep.
What did you prefer? Do you do like the museums more? Was the panels fun, interesting?
The one problem I had with panels was it was basically this was before panels were a huge deal. It was basically I was out in the middle. I was out in the corner and handling stuff over there. With museum and AH Lounge, it's more in the middle of things. You get to see some more stuff. But now Dan Dan has moved on to the whole taking charge of the whole satellite. But Gus and a few of the others are going to be panel leads. They're going to do a great job, and they've made it a lot different than it was the first year.
For sure, yeah. I wasn't there the first year that they actually were in the convention center, so I don't have much experience as far as that's concerned. The last 2 years to me have seemed very similar, just more people, because I've always been upstairs doing line management for the for the panel rooms, but it was I never actually got to see the expo floor. So what's the floor like doing in the museum with all the craziness going on? What's that actually like?
It's big. That's all I can describe it. There's a million things going on. You get to see your own little corner of it and glimpses of other parts, and a little more when you go on breaks. But yeah, there's a ton going on, and with 3 venues this year, there's going to be even more.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the 3 venues thing's going to be a little bit. That's almost a scary element because there's going to be areas where no Guardian actually has jurisdiction over people, out in public. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm trepidatious about that. I don't know how you feel about that.
It's going to be different, but it's been done in a dozen other conventions, so
true
it's not
off. Yeah, we're not setting a new precedent or anything. You got any favorite stories from RTX that you want to share?
Yeah, I actually have a Joel story.
Oh.
Yeah, Joel does have the best stories. So last year, me and my team we're setting up. It's the day before everything starts. It's Thursday, and we are. Oh, hey, I've got a hello.
Oh, we love cats. Cats are always welcome.
So we are waiting. We are, as the H Lounge, we have the Tower Pimps. We have the giant wooden Tower Pimps that Jack made. And everyone knows that Jack loves his Tower Pimps and Joel wants to sign it.
Right.
So my team is waiting for the tower to arrive, and it's starting to get late, and we're told to wait around for the tower to come. So a while goes by, and eventually I tell my team that if they want to, they can leave, they can head out. And it's been a couple hours, and then I find out, well, Joel did something. It took me a little while to get the full story, but Joel had taken a bunch of electrical tape, the black electrical tape.
Yep.
It's not very sticky, but you can put it on stuff, and it shows up really good. And he wrote his name all over the Tower Pimps with electrical tape and took the picture. And he's like, yeah, so this will be so good. It'll look like I signed my name everywhere, but it'll come right off. Electrical tape leaves residue.
Oh, yeah.
Really, really hard to remove residue. So they start taking off this tape, and Joel's name is still all over it. So Joel was a good guy, and another Guardian or two helped him to clean it off. But I was waiting on it. I had no clue this was happening. If I'd known, I would have gone over and helped out as well.
Right.
So eventually we get all that settled, and so we get the tower set up before the convention starts. So midway through RTX, Joel starts coming over. You just see the crowd of people following the Joel, and he's got a thing of duct tape with him, and he's going to sign his name on it again. So we just form a wall of Guardians, just saying, "No, Joel, you are not going to sign this. We are going to protect this monument." And we forced Joel to back off. We forced him to back off and save the Tower of Pimps.
Doesn't happen very often that a Guardian will stand up to a staffer, but that's probably an appropriate time to do so.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's all in good fun.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure everyone got a laugh out of that. I mean, sure the people standing by watching confused as hell what the hell is going on.
I mean, any of the PA Guardians, they'll tell the staff what the staff needs to do. So sure. It's not unheard of.
No. But with that story in mind, what do you think that the lounge and museum job description is? Like, what is someone who's on your team's day-to-day going to be?
Let's see. Museum is going to be a lot of basically explaining stuff to, say, the parents of a super big fan, or even explaining it to regular site members, helping them through the attractions, because there's usually interactive segments. Sorry about the noise. My cat is again going crazy over here.
No worries.
and pseudo acting like a line guardian on a smaller scale, just handling the little things, keeping people from running off with props, that kind of stuff. Achievement Lounge is going to be a lot of the same, handling little tournaments, keeping people entertained, keeping people up to date, and both of them handling the odd staff visits. So we got a lot of staff just dropping by to say play a few games or hang out on the podcast couch for a few minutes, that kind of thing, and basically handling the lines and crowds that come with them.
Right. So what would some advice be to a new museum guardian? What would you think that they need to come equipped with?
Just come equipped, ready to work. It's not an incredibly complex job. There are some individual parts that have a little bit of complexity, but they're easy to learn, and just come with an open mind, ready to put in some time and effort. Gotcha.
All right, one final question. Dealing with Austin in general, you're familiar with the area. What do you
went to school there for 4.5 years. I know the town.
Excellent. What do you recommend for a first-time visitor to the great city of Austin?
So you all know about the food. It's gotten to the point where where a restaurant that would be amazing anywhere else is considered just average. I mean,
right.
you in one of the last podcasts, the staff talked bad about Hop Dotties, which that place is great.
Mm-hmm.
It's above average for Austin.
That's saying something. That's definitely saying something, though.
But if you have the time and you can find an evening available that you're not doing side quests or something, go see Master Pancake Theater at the Alamo Draft House.
Absolutely, yeah.
I actually won some tickets to go there, and I went there last night with my little sister, and we saw them do Terminator 2. They basically do, if you've ever seen Mystery Science Theater, it's the same thing but live.
Oh, that's cool.
They do a great job. They've got 3 great comics down there. And last night it was just a giant mass of some of the funniest jokes and one-liners you'll ever hear.
All right.
So take the opportunity to go to the Alamo Draft House if Master Pancake Theater is showing. See that there's an Alamo Draft House within a 10-minute walk from the convention center.
All right, perfect. Absolutely perfect. All right, Austin, thank you very much for joining me. Everyone, that was Radius 55. I've been Bearsire with the RTX Guardian Podcast team. So long until the next episode.
Woohoo!